I would like to call this an unboxing, but I've already unboxed it, so it's not. This is the leather burning tool from Tandy. It's got 2 heat settings on it, and this is the box it comes in with lots of different tips and things on it, which was quite fun to have a look at. So if I just get this open, you get this sort of chisel tip with it, which I have already tried and used and really like. It gives quite a lot of definition. You get all of these different accessories with it, so 9 different kind of shapes, I guess. Let's have a look at this. So if I can get it out of the tray and show you there. So these are the different kind of branding shapes here, and then we've got all of these different tips, so all different kind of features with them. You've got kind of a really narrow nib point like that, which I think will be really useful, and some sharper nibs, a couple of sizes of those, like with a kind of point. So again, when you're burning in, I think those would be really useful. There's a little trowel, little ditty trowel, which I'm thinking you can flat down and smooth and everything. So I'm looking forward to trying all of these. And I quite like the look of this one too. I think this could be quite good if you're trying to get kind of sort of finer hair detail. It's got kind of a little bladed kind of section, a bit like a bevel. It also comes with this little stand. Let's pop this up. Ta-da! Now I think that's useful. And the other thing that I quite like is there's actually a reasonably long lead, probably a metre or so. Sometimes I've bought a couple of these kind of craft things from different places and they've had really short leads, which is very frustrating, and also not so safe, but this has got a good long lead, so we'll plug it in and get started. Okay, so I plugged it in and I put it on the lowest settings just to see, and it's been heating for about 60 seconds, maybe about 2 minutes actually, just long enough for me to go and rustle up a bit of an extra piece of scrap of veg tan. I'm going to have a try at doing some lettering with it, because I just think this tool will be really great for customizing, for making tags for presents and things like that, and personalizing. So I've used my white leather pen just to write my name on. But before I start, I just want to get a feel for the sense of it. So I'm just going to make sure I'm on film. I'm holding it just here, so you're going to want to make sure you avoid all this metal coming down farther than here. So that's where the heat is building. So this is where you're holding it. So it's a little bit different from a pen because you have got the wire behind you with added weight. So maybe just make sure your setup's convenient for holding. I'm left-handed, so I've got it on this side. So I'm just going to pop it in. And if I go I'm going to start off quite lightly with this first setting and just see what happens. Ooh. Okay, so I've just got quite a light, fine S there, which I'm quite pleased with actually. I thought it was going to be a lot trickier than that, but I'm not pressing in very hard. I'm going quite lightly onto the surface of the leather, so maybe that's part of it. I'm also using this little fine nib as well. Oh, I am actually finding I can use this really quite like a pen. So those are just some experiments of it. I can feel it's burnt in fine. It's not gone very dark, so I think because this is on the lighter setting. So I'm going to try going in a little bit deeper and see what happens. Okay, so when I go a bit deeper, you can see there I'm getting more of that. Let me just move this out of the way a bit. and getting more of the darker tone. So I'm guessing that you can play with that, with lightness and dark, by how light and firm you put the pen in, nib in. So I think yeah, I'm going to do a darker S and just see how that comes out. I think what's going to be the trick is working out how smooth you can go. The deeper you press, you sort of get more kind of lumps in it. So let's have a little go at doing the bookmark. I think what I'm going to do is go light and smooth. Interesting. I think I could get quite into this. Now what I decided to do with this was to outline the lettering. So I'm just going to neaten that little A. I'm really going quite light on this setting, and I'm getting nice darkness, but I'm also getting quite good control. So I can see how if you have transferred any designs onto here using a craft aid or tracing on through printing a letter font on, it would be quite easy to get quite good and quite neat results. What I'm quite liking about doing this outline is I can probably infill this with some colours as well. So I always think of pyrography as just a bit two-tone, or the shades of the burning, but actually I have seen that Kez was using some pencils and some other colours on some of her designs, so that kind of opened up, and I think Bob Neal did at one of the events as well, put some colouring in, and that opens up a whole other world in terms of the pyrography designs and the way that you can use them. So I don't know, I would say have a go, it's quite fun. I'm doing this on this leather mat. We actually have loads of these in, and I use it all the time for any kind of heat work I'm doing. I don't know why we've not put them online, so I will put them on the website. So I'm just going to go back and just play around really and do some doodling.
Headlights shimmering on the rainy supreme, kids all lost in backseat dreams. I keep my eyes open to count the hanging gleams. Could they? What on earth matters as the darkness grows? Look and see. The stars falls fading. What on earth matters as the darkness grows? Here's hoping I never drift away from you. Headlights shimmering on the rainy supreme, kids all lost in backseat dreams. I keep my eyes open to count the hanging gleams. Could they? What on earth matters as the darkness grows? Look and see the stars fall fading. What on earth matters as the darkness grows? Here's hoping I never drift away from you. Headlights shimmering on the rainy supreme, kids all lost in backseat dreams. I keep my eyes open to catch